Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I wanted to make an announcement that we are filming today for Translux Films a celebration of vinyl and vinyl enthusiasts called the Record Geek.
Records, vinyl, and all kinds of music, man. Music is the key.
If you're into vinyl, you take that record, like people would just put on CDs and they start doing other things. When you listen to a record, that's what you're doing. You sit there and like, that is the activity that you're going through right then.
I've been a record collector since I was 2.
You got a few records there?
Yes.
Just a
thousands.
couple?
Yeah, thousands.
I was just a Beatles freak when I was a little kid. Still am in a lot of ways.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
And anything that was on Apple, I don't care what it was, I was just pulling it.
And I see you've got a whole wealth of different music from...
Yeah, it's kind of probably an overview of the whole collectible field, I think.
Is this the first convention you've come down to, or you frequent these things?
Second time being here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you looking for in particular?
Beats, breaks, anything to chop up, individual.
So you're a DJ?
Horns, more producer.
More producer.
Yeah, more stuff to chop up, flip.
I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, man. You get a great education doing this stuff, and you meet a lot of good people.
And to tell the folks at home, tell them your name.
Budokan.
Are you a collector yourself of?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
would you say that's what got you into music? Was a love of the records, or was it kind of a reciprocating thing where the music got you the records, the records get you the music? You know.
I like the music, and I was in high school or junior high when I started.
You've played on a few of these records that we have that we've seen this with the collectors had.
I hate to brag, I played on a whole lot of records.
Give us a rundown.
Well, like I said, I sang with Tony Allen, had Night Owl. I sang with the Medallions. We had a whole...
And the Medallions.
We were the first oldie but goodie group on the West Coast. We were with Dutone Records. We were before Earth Angel.
Hit the Medallions had.
Well, the first one we had that came out was Buick 59, and I'll back with the letter. But we had about 35 or 40 records.
My name is Mark Weedman.
And this is your
This is my son, Taylor.
Taylor. How you doing? Where are you guys here from?
We're actually from San Diego County. Basically, what I do is I've been selling for the last 6 years to really keep my own collection in shape. Basically, half of what I possess at any time is for sale, and I keep my collection small. I've been collecting for 36 years, but I only have about 1,000 records to my name.
Yeah. I call this the revolving door collection, which is essentially that's
so
what
I
do to it too.
I collect, and I enjoy my collection more because it's small. But the only way I could do that is by doing this.
Does your son, Taylor, collect as well?
You collected some records, right?
A few.
Yeah.
What's your favorite band?
I don't really have one.
Yeah.
What type of music do you like best?
Rap.
You're into the rap.
Yeah.
What's your if there's a niche that you maybe started collecting in that you've kind of branched
I grew
up?
up with 60s and 70s rock and 70s soul music.
Excellent.
Actually, the rarest thing that I look for is I look for old Mexican cumbia records.
Oh, see, there we go.
Cumbias are actually a Colombian rhythm, but they became all the craze in Mexico in the 60s and into the 70s, and the older recordings are just great dance music.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
What would you say your most the most collectible item you have here, or a favorite that you've got? Well, there's one I see right there, a copy of Maggot Brain.
Yeah.
What are you asking for that?
Funkadelic, 35 for that one.
We may have a sale here.
I've only sold one other copy of this.
Yeah.
So.
I'm supposed to go 30 on it.
I'd go 30 on that. Sure.
Hey, we got a sale. I'm buying it.
All right, we're doing it. This
I'm
is
buying
the business. This is the deal. Only second time I've had my hands on this one.
To show the folks at home I'm not kidding around here. I mean
That's
serious
right.
business. Here you
can
go,
find
sir.
Good records here.
If you can go through places like this, and every now and then, like you said, you just get that one record. It's like, I'll show you.
Show us some of the stuff you've gotten today.
Example. Stuff like this. Okay? This thing's in incredible shape.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, this is before the Beatles were kind of the Beatles. They were with Tony Sheridan, and there's a couple instrumentals on it. And if you look at the shape of it, you know, for the most part, it's still pretty glossy.
Looks all right to me.
Good. The gentleman gave it to me for $5. So I mean, I've been looking for these albums forever, and yeah, some people want 10, 15 bucks, but if you keep looking around, and you find the right guys, believe it or not, you get a pretty cool album, and then you know, get to meet some people, talk to them about records like we do now, and that's what it's really about.
And what do you got so far?
Some greatest hits, some focus, some woodwinds, reeds, you know, individual sounds. Hopefully, chop
That
up.
looks good.
Bongo stuff, Santana,
There you
some
go.
Oswald, which he says, you know,
That's
introduced
good.
me to.
Real
yeah.
good. I'm familiar.
Some, what do I got? Ice-T 6 in the morning, some old school gangsta.
That's bad.
Ice-T, Kool Moe Dee, you know, just good old school shit.
It's tricky, baby.
Yeah. NWA. I don't know, he's got a good selection here. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff you looking for?
It's across the board. It's really anything that really catches the eye.
Yeah, I noticed you had the Beer City shirt on. You into a lot of punk rock stuff?
Yeah. I mean, that's primarily what I'm looking for. But any kind of good music that really stands out, that's what I go for.
Oh, I have the most amazing Frank Zappa stuff.
Hey, get this.
I recently bought a collection from his ex-manager.
I see.
And I've got original contracts for the Mothers of Invention, concert posters, original Frank Zappa handwritten manuscripts.
You know,
I've probably got
what does Gail think of all this? She's probably not too pleased.
Yeah, she probably wishes she had it all, but it's amazing stuff.
So tell me about a couple of these things.
Well, read
what
this
is
note
this
here. This, I think, is the most incredible thing. Just read the note.
Is that
Herb,
Herb.
his manager.
I got a job to play for $20 at a sleazy, with an E, sleazy dive in Santa Monica and had to go see Map Enclosed. Drop in to watch it. 12 layouts done. Zappa.
Right. That's just a piece of history. I believe the 12 layouts you're referring to is the cover of the Freakout album.
I see.
So this was before Freakout even came out. Frank Zappa playing in a bar for $20. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
We're here with Mark, and Mark is in the throes of a record-buying frenzy here, or at least
Portable.
rousing through the bins here. He's got his portable Newmark with him and his headphones. And could you tell us about how long you've been going to these things and your interest in vinyl?
I started about 33 years ago at the Capitol Record Show, Capitol Records down there, Sunset and Vine. They used to have a show that was early in the morning. And then after a few years, when the punk rock scene hit, they had to change it because the punk rockers in Hollywood were invading it and starting it earlier and earlier until like Saturday night and stuff. It was kind of neat because they had people playing down there. And in those days, you could get records for a nickel and a dime. That's all they were. And if you paid a quarter or 50 cents, it's stuff today that's worth hundreds. Oh, interest in vinyl, just like everybody's. It just sounds better. Also, there's the whole ritual of, you know, looking at it, holding it, studying the label.
Yeah. When you pick up a record that piques your interest, what do you go through? What does your mind say? What do you look at? What do you try and take in?
The first thing you always look at is the label, because that's why you see these collectors out here just going through it real fast. You ever see that? They're going like this, looking at it. And you say, how can they look at them when they're looking at them that fast? All they're doing is searching for labels, because the major labels like RCA or Columbia or whatever, you see them everywhere. But when you see something like this, it'll stop you and you have to check it out.
I am here with what quite possibly is the youngest record enthusiast here, and your name is Ian, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Well, I am 7.
How long have you been collecting records, Ian?
Well, let's see, my dad gives me records sometimes, and, well, I collect a lot of them.
Your mom and dad, they got the booth here, is this their table?
Yep.
Yeah, and you guys got all kinds of stuff. Can you read this off to me, what they're selling?
60s / 70s rock, alternative punk, jazz, and blues metal.
Yep. And which one's your favorite out of that? You like the metal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and the friends and the people in stores would laugh at me because they'd see this little kid come in there and start ripping off all these collectible 45s.
There you go.
Still have a lot of them, and who got the last laugh now? But you know what, tell you the truth, it's what's in your heart that works, because when I go back to some of my stuff, I pull it out and I look at it, it takes me back to that time when I bought it with those people and the experiences like now. And that's what's happening. You're living experiences through vinyl. You know, it's not just the actual thing. So when you do put it on, just like old people used to do when they get old, well, I'm getting old too, and I can put on old Beetle 45 and think back, wow, yeah, I remember those days.
It's a time capsule.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Thank you so much.
Hey, not
It's
a
been
problem.
great to talk to.
Don't forget, folks, how many grooves are in a record? One.
That's right.
Now I'm going down to the record store. I got a million up and I did my stuff. I got a wild jazz.